FOMO, the feeling of missing out. While digital FOMO is a trending topic, many people are starting to question that while we're struggling so hard to kind of be someone or something online and keep up with everything that's going on online, are we missing out on real life? It's a really important question. Those little things in life, those simple things in life that bring us great joy, like the morning dew or the sunset or the clouds or the birds. Are we missing out on all of that? This is an important question. Might I add from the yoga perspective a question? Are we really living the best kind of life we are capable of living in this human body? From a yoga knowledge perspective, there are three kinds of lives you can live in this body called the human body. Number one, animal life in human body. What is animal life? Animal life doesn't mean you have a tail. It means your major preoccupation is four things: ahara, nitra, bhai, maithunascha: eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. So nature actually provides you an animal life. You have natural fur that grows in the winter. You have claws to protect yourself. So basically, you're always just worried about these four things: what to eat, where to sleep, who to mate with, and how to fight in the jungle and survive. Now, if the major preoccupation of our human life, in all the sophisticated ways in which we mate and date and all of those things, is primarily these four things: eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, then we are then we are really just living animal life in human body. Then it goes on to explain, how do you live human life in human body? And in order to live human life in human body, yoga knowledge gives you a whole bunch of series of yama, niyama, things to do, things not to do, like meat eating, for example, killing animals, factory farming. This is a predominantly animalistic activity. So, this is one example of an activity you do not do if you're really wanting to live a human life in human body. By imbibing yoga in our life, by cleaning up our lifestyle of activities that actually drain our spirit, like intoxication, drugs, things like that, or factory farming, slaughter, and things like that. But when we pull these activities out of our life, we start to live a human life in the human body. This is where the yoga text actually challenges you further, and he says there is another stage which is higher than human life in human body, which is spiritual life in human body. And spiritual life in human body begins from the point you start inquiring about, who am I? Is there more to me than this body? Just a bunch of chemicals floating around meaninglessly on this planet? Or is there more to me than this body? And when you analyze and examine that question, you realize that there's something about you that stays beyond the body. Spiritual life means recognizing that you're a spirit soul and you have a spiritual source that you come from, and acting towards taking activities to rekindle that love we have for the Supreme Source in our own hearts. Activities that help you transform your consciousness from that of identifying with the body to identifying as the real soul that you are, and trying to revive your connection with the spiritual source that you belong to and rekindle that love we have for the Supreme Source. So that is really spiritual. That's when spiritual life begins to kick off. So as we adjust our lives and as we re-examine our lives to try and keep up with all the things that are going on digitally or physically, let us try to not neglect what could be going on spiritually in our life. Yoga knowledge says human life is lived on three platforms: spiritual, mental, and physical. And these days I'll add another one to it: spiritual, mental, physical, and digital. So while we're trying to keep up with the digital and the physical and maybe sometimes the mental platforms, let's not neglect the most fundamental and basic platform of our existence, the spiritual platform. Remember, all those other platforms, the mental, the physical, the digital, they all expand from the spiritual. If the spiritual platform is unstable and if you're not connected with who you truly are, when the basic foundation is not there, the building can't stand. So rebuild that spiritual foundation.